Hello guys, today is the first day of October 2020. I'm gonna talk about the coronavirus situation in New York. No, that's teasing, that's kidding, stop that. Today I'm gonna talk about the pandemic situation in Spain, Malaga. Not because I'm traveling in Malaga as a tourist, but because I live here. I started to live here in Malaga since 3 years ago. Okay, I came from a big city, Beijing, with a population 22 million, and Malaga is like 1 million people. All right, so there's a big gap between the two places, thanks to the wisdom of my father, right? He told me, son, stay away from the big cities, right? The old man was right. He got a wisdom. But heck, how could I anticipate that this coronavirus gonna follow me all the way to Spain? And guess what? I'm in the center of the perfect storm, right? Spain is the worst hard-hit country in Europe. It's not the world. Of course, the US is number one, followed by, I don't know, India or Brazil, and Spain probably number 4, number 5. I don't know. I don't follow the figures all the time, every day. Today I want to talk about this because the second wave just came about 1 month ago, and I happened to read 2 articles, so I want to share with you so that you understand what's really going on in this country. I live in Malaga, not in Madrid, but I closely watch what's going on in Madrid because I got some friends, got some business partners living, working in that city. It's the capital of the country, and I love the country. I love the city as well. So no kidding or teasing. Let's go cut through the cheese. All right. There's one article by Emma Reynolds, CNN today. And it's Madrid locks back down as the European leaders sound alarm on COVID-19 surges. Let me read it out. Madrid is going back under citywide lockdown measures after surge in coronavirus cases in the Spanish capital, in a dramatic move that illustrates the growing intensity of Europe's battle against a small snowballing surge of infection. God. People will not be able to leave or enter their area except for work, education, or health reasons. Gatherings will be limited to 6 people, and stores, bars, and restaurants will have to reduce capacity by 50% and close by 10 p.m. Madrid is special because the health of Madrid is the health of Spain. Spanish Health Minister Salvador Illa told a news conference Wednesday as he announced the measure, calling the situation complex and worrying. Yeah, you bet. It is extremely complex and is extremely worrying, especially if you are the parents of the school children. The restrictions will apply to municipalities with more than 500 cases per 100,000 people in the past 14 days, where the number of positive cases surpasses 10% of all the diagnostic tests, or where COVID-19 patients make up more than 35% of occupied ICU beds. Madrid reported 1,586 new infections Wednesday, or 40% of the national increase. Its regional government opposed the measures, arguing that the outbreak was under control. Yeah, under whose control? Under your control or under their control? Who is controlling that? All right, the entire country is like in chaos. It's a chaotic situation since the very beginning of this coronavirus infection. Okay, this plague, this pandemic. Who is controlling that? The politicians, the bureaucrats, the doctors, nurses, teachers. Everybody is saying that as far as I heard of it, all right, is out of control. But still, the politicians, the government officials said that the outbreak was under control. And obviously, there are a small group of people made it to the street protesting that these measures are unnecessary, right? And they don't believe they wear a mask. They don't believe that the situation is out of control. They don't believe that is a fatal. All right, this coronavirus is a fatal. Whatever. Members of the Spanish Military Emergencies Unit (UME) prepared to disinfect the Lope de Vega Culture Center in the Vallecas neighborhood of Madrid. Sorry, pardon for my Spanish pronunciation. Lo siento. The sweeping confinement echoes strict new measures that are being introduced in many countries across the continent as the second wave grips Europe. Yeah, second wave grips Europe. Professor Gail Carson, vice chair of the Global Outbreak Alert and Response Network, told CNN, "We must take the recent surge of COVID-19 in Europe seriously and continue to do all we can as a part of a community to limit the spread. The virus creates a collective need which merits a collective response. We know from earlier this year how quickly the virus spread can get out of control," she said. Okay, so this vice chair of some network told you the truth. Right? It's out of control. It's not under the control, right? But who knows? And then they talk about new restrictions and nothing in England, which has nothing to do with me, personal level. Okay, no offense. So let's talk about the control thing. And yesterday, 30th of September, there's another article in El País, okay, the Spanish newspaper, periodicals. There's an article written by a writer, a local famous writer. Her name is Antonio Munoz Molina. Okay, let's call him Molina. And the title is "The Other Pandemic." Spanish politics is as destructive as the coronavirus. There will one day be a vaccine against the latter, but there seems to be no remedy for the former if we don't do something. These people will be the ruin of us all. Wow, astonishing. Terrifying. I'm frightened, basically. Okay, so I was eager to read it out, and I want to share with some of you who care about this country, about these people. So it says, at every turn, Spanish politics are becoming more toxic than the virus that's caused a pandemic. True, very true. Day after day, ever since the beginning of this bleak September, the stream of news about the rising contagion and the death has been aggravated by the deplorable spectacles of political discord, of inefficiency working hand in hand with partisanship, of a frivolous irresponsibility that is slowly mutating into criminal negligences. Wow, what a charge. What a charge against a democratic system, a people-elect government, a politicians, all right, who are supposed to work for people, work for the best interest of people. So why the charge? Why you, Molina, made this remarkable statement about the politician who were elected by the people, by their own people. Let's read on. Spanish politics are as destructive as the coronavirus itself. Wow. A vaccine against the virus will be found. Yes, but when? Very soon. End of the year, mid of next year, who knows? Nobody can look at the crystal ball and tell us, give us an exact date, except Donald Trump, maybe. Someday in October, before the election, before I got re-elected, God help us. But there seems to be no remedy against the politician poison of a finger in the eye politics. Yeah, finger in the eye, not in my eye, but in my opponent's eye, my political opponents, okay, or in the civil citizens, regular citizens, who cares? Scientists tell us that our country had greater vulnerabilities than others. Really? Why that? Okay, we're all treated equal, right? Then why Spain had the greater vulnerabilities than other countries? Any reasons? Okay, epidemiologists compare figures that place Spain at the top of the European list in terms of coronavirus cases, deaths, infected healthcare workers. Really? Then why I move my ass all the way from China to Spain? Doesn't make any sense, right? But anyway, it's a bit of late because I'm trapped here, okay? I couldn't leave this country. For one thing, my residency card expired in early April, and I filed for the renewal, which was supposed to be granted very soon, but then I received it in like early April on time. But I need to go to the local police station to take my fingerprint and then apply and pay the fee for a new card, because my 2-year-old card expired in early April, so I renewed everything beginning of February, and I got the approval. But I was required to go to the nearby police station for a new card. But then, due to the lockdown, which took place in mid of March, the police station shut down. Okay, they were not open to general public. I couldn't make any appointment. Okay, to go there personally, take my fingerprint, pay the fee, and wait. Okay, for another 30 days to get my new card, and then I need to go there again to handpick this residency card. But so far, after half a year, I still couldn't make any online appointment because it's fully booked. They resumed their work about 1 month ago, or 1 month and a half ago. But still, I couldn't because it's fully booked. It always sold out. Good or bad. So anyway, nothing personal now. Let's move on. Yeah, it's on top of the Europe. It's not on top of the world. It's competing on world level with Donald Trump's America. International economics institutions warn that our recession is going to be deeper than in any other European Union country. Our economy had not contracted this much since the Civil War, between 1936 to 1939, when Colonel, I don't remember his name, Franco? Yeah, Colonel Franco. Not a general. An entire generation's future is on hold because nobody knows whether schools will remain open. Here's the good news. The schools are still open. My two kids go to school every day, but deep down in my heart, I have a big question mark when it will shut down again. Nobody knows. Let's pray every day. Maybe it's too late to become a very genuine, churchgoer, right? Never mind. Never say too late. Okay, let's read on. What we needed was so obvious that it seemed impossible that sweeping agreements would not be reached to achieve it. Yeah, give me a break. No agreement can be reached, among politicians here in this country. This country has about 20 plus parties, main parties, You talk about hundreds of different parties, but some of them are just, non-existing, or just one member. Doesn't mean anything, right? Let's read on. But Spain's political class is the parties and the media organizations that cover their battles and their bluster seemed trapped inside some kind of a bubble where the only attitude on display is one of aggressive swagger combined with the impulse to hurt or the use of foul vocabulary that chiefly serves to poison the collective atmosphere even further, or in order to avoid accountability and find scapegoats, enemies to blame for all the mistakes that had been made. Yeah, like in the US or any other major Western democracies. Right? Or I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. Then if it's true, then we're hopeless. Because I came all the way from China to look for democracies, look for a model to follow, at least for the next generation, for my kids. But what the heck? And then I read this. What should I do? And I'm trapped here. Without the card, I cannot travel outside the country, or if I do, I cannot come back to pick up my belongings. There's a whole lot of things I need to do here before I make up my mind and move my ass out of this country, beautiful country. For example, I need to sell my house, right? But who's going to buy this house at this moment of the world? Especially I'm in the center of the perfect storm, on the top of Europe. The list just ruin, or devalue my property significantly, right? Anyway, let's keep focus on this one. It's a virus that kills, but it would kill a whole lot less if, for many years now, the administrative machinery of government has not been weakened by the incompetence, corruption, and political cronyism, my God, effectively pushing out a lot of capable people and dragging those who remained into a state of a despondency, did I get it right or wrong? Depriving them of necessary resources that are instead squandered on crafty privatizations or on sumptuous salaries for parasites. Yeah, there are a lot of parasites in this bureaucracy, okay, in the system. I heard a lot of complaints by the local people, right? They always know someone who work within the government, okay, who earn a very big salary but do nothing. Yeah, on daily basis, do nothing. You cannot fire them because they know someone or they were recommended or placed by someone on the top. You couldn't do anything about it, right? Okay, let's read out before it's getting too long or I'm getting too angry. Good governance and social justice require, first of all, an honest and efficient system of administration. I totally agree. But don't tell me it's not existing here in this democracy or democratic country, Western style. The best intentions will sink into irrelevance or absurdity if there are no efficient, flexible structures in place and no capable civil service employees to keep them going. Yeah. I heard many people, local people, want to work for the government because you basically get a fixed amount of salary, a small pay rise every year, but you don't need to work very hard, or you have a lot of opportunity to shirk. Okay? And not only the government, but look at the banks, the Spanish banks. And sometimes they just open at 10 a.m. or 9 a.m. and they close the door 1 p.m. or 2 p.m. That's a separate story. I would tell you, I will share you more in the next episode of my horrible experience dealing with the banks, Spanish banks here, right? Anyway, let's move on. An achievement as vital as the minimum basic income can become mirrored in the bulk of an overstretched public administration. Spain is a country with sonorous speeches and official hotlines where nobody ever picks up, or innumerable advisors and health centers short of medical or cleaning equipment, of political leaders who promise a paradise of independence or equality, while physicians are forced to sign 1 week or even 1 day contract in order to make a living. Yeah, short-term contracts here are very popular. There are a lot of them because people saying that if you hire people on fixed term basis and they will stop working or they will start to shirk, and if you want to fire them, it's virtually impossible. In some cases, the employer have to pay the servants' pay up to 12 months of the average salary or their monthly salary, and it takes a long time, 1 year or 2 years, okay, going through all the legal battles. You hire the lawyer, pay the lawyer fees, etc. But still, you have no guarantee that you will be able to eventually terminate the contract, to be fair with the employers in this country. So that's why I haven't set up any company here, set up any business here, because I got a warning by some local people. Okay, I came here with good intention, okay, to bring the business, to create more jobs, but there are so many hidden or apparent hinders, traps, which really disencouraged me, okay, to do so, right? Okay, here comes the Madrid. The Madrid region had the highest contagion rate in the world. Yes, in the world. Yet its pompous deputy premier had just inaugurated a hand sanitizer dispenser at a subway station. After how many people died? 85,000? They started to do something, huh? A group of 150 top scientists have published a letter in the Lancet asking Spain's central and regional governments to conduct a comprehensive, rigorous, independent evaluation of the country's management of the pandemic. The letter was published in early August, when the contagion curve was already rising. Not one single institution issued a response. Why me? Why should I respond? Okay, and with what? What should I say? So it's better to, keep your head low and pretending nothing is happening. That's the typical attitude of the local people and the government. Yeah, only in mid-September, after a second letter came out in the Lancet in more alarmed tones. This last warning. Did the health minister reach out to the scientists to propose a meeting in October? Clearly, there's no rush. Of course, I got my pay every day. No, not every month. And I got a fixed term contract. So what's in the rush? I'm not infected. And even if I am, I'll be taken care of very well. So, yeah. In October, is that too early? This year? Maniana. These people have the Maniana mentality. Maniana means tomorrow or later. Okay? Don't be fooled by this, nominal meaning or on the face value of this word, Maniana. Maniana means, could be, Maniana next year or next moment, next day, next week, next month, or even next life is like never, right? So that's a magic word. If someone push you for commitment, for agreement, for promise, here is easy. You use one word, Maniana. So it's not only in Spain, in many Latin American countries, in Ecuador, in Colombia, in Mexico, in Chile, in Argentina, in Paraguay, all these Latin Americans, they share one common, thing. They speak Spanish. They have this Spanish culture, right? So, no blame. I don't blame this health minister. He's extremely busy. He was extremely busy, right? He need to make a lot of phone calls, attending a lot of meetings, webinars. Heck, I'm not jealous of his job. I do not envy his position. Doctors, nurses, cleaners, food delivery workers, supermarket employees, police officers, members of military, caregivers at seniors' residencies, teachers, pharmacists, the scope and human quality of the individuals who put their life on the line performing essential work during the darkest day of the confinement give us faith in the strength of our country. And it is all the more meritorious because it persists despite a destructive and a sterile political climate, despite a political class that no doubt includes some honest and capable individuals. Thanks God, we still have honest and capable individuals in the society. Yeah, end of the tunnel, there might be some light, or even hope. But which, taken as a whole, in light of everyday reality, has become an obstacle not just for civilized coexistence, but for the country's sustainability, for the survival of its institutions and the rules of a democracy. Wow, what a powerful and precise description or inscription. It's not just that every single day they prove themselves to be incompetent or irresponsible in the way they managed the problems affecting us. It's that they actively work to make them worse, preventing any forms of constructive agreement, or very frequently creating new problems that only exist because they made them up in order to throw fuel on the flames of daily political bickering. There's only one word crossing my mind: criminal. Criminals, aren't they? Throwing fuel on the flames of daily political bickering? They are. They should be caught and sentenced or tried and jailed, right? Or even, I don't want to say this in front of the camera. I'm Chinese, so I have my own religion. Or I have my own belief, okay? All right, let's don't go too political on this one. They are so caught up in their own interest that they lack the ability to show generosity or eloquence toward the citizens that they represent and who provide the bread and butter. They speak in public, but they are only addressing their own people. Yes, my base. Okay, people I care, who elected me, who benefit me, who believe in me blindly. So that's all I care, right? Why I should divert, spend the resources on someone who dislikes me? Then isn't that a betrayal of the people who put the trust and money in me? You bet, you guess. Okay, they are capable of sabotaging plans that would benefit a majority if doing so causes damage to their own adversary. Yeah, they will. By doing so, I will probably benefit my adversary, who are eager to kill me politically, who have all the motive to sabotage my intention, however good they are. Instead of engaging in public debate, in the exchange of ideas, in the search for better practices, they prefer the poisonous circus of social media, which has become the toy and the showcase that they are all subscribed to. Yeah. Nobody remembers this now, but we had a repeat election a year ago. Yeah, I remember very clearly. 4 elections in 4 years. So every year, right? This country has not had a stable government for a long, long time, in the last 5 years at least. And some people like it, as long as their business went as usual, and they continue to make money, and they continue to enjoy their social status. Who cares about those people who vagabond on the street. We had a repeat election a year ago because the party that received the most votes in the previous April election were incapable of reaching a governing deal, which forced us into a protracted caretaker period that we were only beginning to timidly emerge from when the pandemic hit, bringing us face to face with all the weaknesses that have been holding us back for years due to the shiftlessness and incompetence of our political class. Yeah. I cannot continue to read this, right? My heart just broken. And I was so goddamn angry and mad about this. So I don't want to spill all this emotion, okay, or emotion to anyone else. Gotta bury it here, deeper and deeper. Squeeze, squash, deep down. All right, it's the first, it's the first broadcast, right? First show in English. I don't remember the last time I did this, but it's a very good start. If you like it, okay, comment, subscribe, and hope you come back next time, right? Have a good day, and stay safe and healthy and positive and happily. Bye-bye for now.